Hello. So this is a boneless sirloin steak, I believe. I trimmed the fat off, and what I like to do is just kind of like let it release the juice or blood or something. So in this pan is oil, and I like to cook it in a little bit of oil. I know some people usually would use butter, but let me show you guys on the side of what I'm gonna do. So this is my pan right here, and this is my sweet potatoes that I cooked up very well. I'm going to, this has margarine in it. I'm gonna put the steak in here, bake everything together, and it's safe because this is cooking to where it's not like raw meat in there touching with the sweet potatoes. And you can see the other side is just a beautiful char. So I'm gonna cook my sweet potatoes and my steak in the oven, and then in this dish I'm going to prepare a wild rice, a long grain wild rice, and black beans. So let me go ahead and open my black beans now. You can use whatever beans you want. I like the black beans, that's what I had. Usually I use like black, pinto, different types. So I'm just gonna rinse and drain my beans, and what I'm gonna do is transfer my steak right now because it cooks very well on both sides. So you can get the beans from wherever. I like these ones, or you don't even have to use the canned beans if you don't want to. What I would do is just rinse the best that I can. I really love black beans. Add that pop of flavor. What's your favorite beans? I also like lima beans as well. So for the sake of the video, what I like to do, the steak is cooking beautifully. I'm going to take my steak. Of course, you can see that it's not to the point of being able to cut. I like to cook my steak a little bit longer because for some reason it takes me 1,000 years. With that, I have a beef cube. I like to put, salt, pepper, beef cube. This is the steak and this is the sweet potato. But what I'm going to do, I'm going to add a little bit of liquid so that it can have its own flavor with it. Rinse this off and start preparing my, you guys, this is a little different. But I'm going to cook it as long as it starts to shred. That's the goal. As long as it's shredding, that's the goal that I'm trying to hit here. This sweet potato is going to be very well, but that's the beef cube that I was telling you guys about. So I'm going to go ahead and let that kind of cook. Let me actually turn those sweet potatoes over. But it will have flavor. I did partially cook that steak so that it won't be raw in here. And all the juices coming together. If I had onion, I would add onion. But what I'm going to do is put this in the oven right now. And trust the process. That's the kind of person I am, and that's the kind of cook that I am as well. So with that, take all the flavor and everything from here. What I'm going to do is add my long grain rice. If anybody knows, you guys know that I like to cook my rice. Because this rice is, I like to wash my rice 3 times if it's the regular rice out of the bag, but because this rice has other things with it, I leave it like that. I toast it a little. And it might seem like, oh my goodness, is it burning? No, just turn it down and then just let it toast for like 1 minute on each side. Let me prepare my water. This is how I cook rice, to where it gets perfect. I have a little area for water here. And I put water. And then this is the spice that it came with. I do believe that this is a onion, spinach, garlic, tomato, carrots. It's all dried. So go ahead and kind of let it. I like to cook things in just a little bit of oil. And the reason is because, you know, the less oil, the better. There's nothing wrong with using oil, but I don't have olive oil. I'm using the canola oil. So cook like a nice quick meal. Less oil, less fat. And using the natural fat from everything. Let's see what this dry spices is looking like. I've used this before, but I've not used this specific one. I've used the rosemary. So what this brand, I got this from Aldi. What this company likes to do, they make it look like how the spice is kind of like dusty looking, but I love it. You can add more oil here if you want. Trying to start incorporating more healthy and fresh veggies into the new year. So let's trust this process with the spices from this steak in here. Talk about one pot meal, right? If I cooked a little bit of this, I would also add it in there and then shred my steak and kind of mix it together. But I was like, nah, I'll just cook this separate because I know that this is going to take 20 minutes and then I have the beans and it's not going to take that long. So you turn it up a little more. You can smell it. Others have rosemary. This one's kind of like a wild grain rice. You can smell the tomato and all the spices that they have going. In here, I love it. This is something I like from Aldi. It costs $1. Go ahead and cook this down. I'm going to cook this for 10-15 minutes, making sure that you're scraping the bottom. Let it cook, let everything dissolve, and then what I'm going to do is just add this beans. It's going to be a nice, quick, easy meal. And that's dinner in under an hour, because rice literally takes 25 minutes. Thank you. I'll show you guys the final result. Make sure that this is on properly. There we go. Now it's finally doing it right. So here we go. I have my wild rice and beans right here. I love how nice and together something like this looks. I need to clear up the spill I got, but it's nice and easy. Something quick. You can get it done on the table in 30 minutes. And if you had chicken or anything else, let's check on the rest of our food. You can add that as well. Thank you. So, hi guys. Today I made a roasted sweet potato. Over here I did the steak, and what I'm going to do is take my fork. It's very hot. And then you just take your fork and you shred it up really well. I took the fat off of it already. So I'm gonna take my fork and continue to you know, shred it and everything. It's just hard to do with one hand. And then right here is the rest of my rice and beans. Thank you. Enjoy my meal. Bye. I'm happy that you watched. Please give me a like if you would like.